Hello guys, welcome back. This is David. I hope you're doing well. Let's check out the next one here, which is on digital assets. Right, so certainly true when we think about this as an evolving area, evolving asset class. You know, the very first of our cryptocurrencies was Bitcoin, was only launched in 2008, really following the banking crisis. And the banking crisis, guys, and the banking system, and kind of the troubles and the distrust that banks got into back then is really at the heart of this movement as far as cryptocurrencies, looking for something different. So, I'm going to have a look at some of the background to why, how and why they came in on board, how they've grown so much as well. Going to look at the cryptocurrencies, tokens as well, and also digital collectibles, for examples, too. Now, digital assets are either created, stored, transmitted electronically, of course, and often the ownership or use or rights to things, again, are digital as well, too. Now, the technology that makes this possible, going to look at as well the DLT, the distributed ledger technology. We're going to look, guys, at DeFi. So decentralized DeFi finance, decentralized meaning that there's not really a need for central banks, not really a need for regulated banks. Here, as long as you have the technology, part of the network, you can participate on that network. So they call this a peer-to-peer. It's a peer-to-peer technology rather than a centralized system. Now, before we kind of get into the main start of this, guys, I'm going to give you a bit of a quick intro here. And the starting point as far as the background to this is the crisis period of 2008, that kind of period. Now, in that period, the banks that we've kind of trusted and used for deposits, for example, well, guys, they could no longer all be trusted. There were bank runs. And back in 2008, here in the UK, the Northern Rock was the first bank run in 100 years. Wasn't the only one at that time either. A number of banks failed. In Iceland, 3 of the biggest banks failed and were not bailed out. Think about Lehman, guys, for example, in the US as well. And so banks taking risk with our hard-earned funds, sometimes struggling to pay you back. And the idea, guys, of a bank run also brought forward to current day, more like 2023, the time this video is being made, in the US with the Silicon Valley Bank. And it's always the same with the bank run. When confidence is lost in any institution, well, they're pretty much finished. And confidence was lost in the Silicon Valley Bank in the summertime of 2023, and it took the U.S. regulators to step in and guarantee those deposits to kind of restore the confidence. So this banking system, guys, of centralized central banks and regulated institution does rely a lot on trust. Guys, the trust that when, as a depositor, if you're going to put your money with a bank, especially with a smaller bank, that may be more prone to not having the strength in terms of capital. So the backlash, if you like, to the banking crisis is really part of the reason why cryptocurrencies were developed. And so in 2008, the famous paper here was published. The name Satoshi Nakamoto, believed to be a pseudonym rather than one person or group of developers. That's the name that was published, though, Satoshi